Hey, what is up everybody? It's your boy BurstCG back here and welcome back to the channel. So today, I kind of wanted to give my own thoughts on what kind of games we could potentially get in the future if Insomniac is really choosing to pursue making these kind of, I don't want to say side stories, I want to say more spin-offs that have their own story that are connected to the main story. There's probably a shorter way I could say that, but yeah. So as you can see from the thumbnail, I made that myself, but it's not far-fetched. I mean, if you really think about it, right, they could do all sorts of different titles. You know, with the comics that we had for that Spider Get On event happening, where this version of Spider-Man got introduced to the multiverse, the results are endless, man. Like, we could have any type of game if they choose to do it. You know, and I've always been a person who thought playing as the villain in the game would be probably one of the most exciting things, because you don't normally get to do that at most games. And for anybody who has played the old I don't remember exactly what year it came out, but back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, a game called Ultimate Spider-Man that is exactly based off of the comics, pretty much, up to a certain point, I think, where Carnage is introduced. But I believe so. I have to go back and replay the game, but yeah. And you got to actually play as both Peter Parker and Venom. And for me, like, that was a long time ago, and I haven't really seen that way too much in any games. And it's something that they should, bring back more, in my opinion. So for this video in particular, right, think about it like this. Imagine if we had a Venom solo game, right? Now, in particular, I would be imagining that it's part of this Marvel Spider-Man universe. They're expanding their own universe with the game. They're going places. They've got Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, and you never know what could come after that. I'm sure we'll get the actual sequel to the game at some point, maybe another year or two. But what happens after that, right? Are we going to have more, different stories to tell in the midst of what's going on, or we don't know what will happen there, right? This is an opportunity to bring in these other characters. Again, it is their own universe, so however they do it, that's their story that they want to tell, right? But it would be very interesting. I'm sure that I feel like they're gonna bring Eddie Brock in at some point. Maybe not as the definitive character we've seen in most comic books. Maybe it's gonna be a little different, but the possibilities are endless. And I'm not sure if any of you ever played the Spider-Man Edge of Time game or any of those Beanox games that they made a while ago. Those were pretty fun, But like I said, playing as the villain in most of these games is really uncommon, and it's something that they should really dig into, because a Venom solo game, and I'll put some of the footage from the old Ultimate Spider-Man game up here so you guys can see, free roaming and fighting with these unique characteristics of these characters is phenomenal, in my opinion. Being able to there's also another game. I mean, if you want to bring back Spider-Man Web of Shadows, where you actually got to play as both regular Spider-Man with or without the symbiote, these different things, these different attributes to the games is very, very cool. And I would love to see them dig into that. And it doesn't have to just be, I'm recommending a Venom game, because I think that's a huge seller, in my opinion. There's a lot of fans of Venom, and especially now, if you haven't been reading any comic books lately, I think his name is Donny Cates, and he's got this really good run of Venom lately. And when it led into the Absolute Carnage event, it was really cool. And I think it's still not the Absolute Carnage event, but I think some of the Venom story is still going on, and that would be something very cool to check out. I'll probably put some images across here in case you guys want to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, the things are endless. We could get a Spider-Gwen game. You never know. We could get a game with a heavy multiplayer if they really wanted to go that route, And like I said, the future of this franchise is very, very positive and successful, in my opinion, and it will continue to be, because Insomniac has proven to us on this first game alone what they are capable of and what they can provide to fans, new or old, and what they can do moving forward, and people who see this new Miles Morales game And even if it's their first experience playing it and they didn't play the first one, trust me, they'd be willing to go back and play the old game from the PS4. It's just that good, you know. And I feel like they have a really good understanding of what people want, but as well as being able to be original in their ideas. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys expect that they might come up with some other type of game titles in the future that will be a part of the Spider-Man story? Or do you think that in the future maybe we'll get some other games that are related more to the villain side and we might get an opportunity to play as those characters? You never know. Anyways, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to keep it a little short, but I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. So don't be shy and leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, and don't be shy to check out any of the videos on the channel. Until next time, guys. Peace.